A Chinese inventor has come up with the robot goddess. Her name is Jia Jia, and we have a video of how great of a girlfriend Gia Gia is.
你好。
您好，主人，有什么需要我帮助的吗？这样拍的脸大。
挥手。
The robot Gia Gia is programmed to realize human-machine interaction, facial micro-expression, mouth matching with body movements, autonomous positioning and navigation, and offers services based on cloud technology.
There you go, baby. There you go.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good. So her name is Gia Gia, and she was developed by Chen Xiaoping and his colleagues at the University of Science and Technology in China. She is a humanoid, and she's programmed to recognize human-machine interaction. She has autonomous position and navigation, offers services based on cloud technology. The humanoid has natural eye movement, speech that is in sync with its lip movement, and refer to its male creators as lords.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, okay, they might have taken it a step too far with the Lord's talk.
Yeah, you think, Jake.
But hey, look, they're designing a thing to sell to men, right? So you're gonna
Perfect, the perfect girlfriend. She's pretty, submissive. She'll call you Lord, and you can program her to do whatever you want. Thank God.
Go to it, champ.
The reason that they had to do this is because no woman would actually do that. Do you know what I mean? They had to create her because this is so like ridiculous, and they wouldn't get girls if they had this expectation.
So I got to give credit to the Chinese here. Way to jump ahead of the Japanese. So the Japanese, poor some bitch Japanese research has been working on the sex robot for decades. I've done like 28 sex robot stories coming out of Japan, and here comes the Chinese out of nowhere. She looks much hotter than the Japanese robots.
Yeah.
Like they've taken big leaps in technology here. And now with virtual reality coming in, and now finally robots that are looking a little bit more realistic and acting realistic, like by calling us lords.
Oh my God.
Okay, we are not that far from the holodeck, man. We are getting there. And so
Great, no more human interaction. Just cut it all off.
Yeah, and so yes, that's going to be the unfortunate part. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll miss it. But no, in all seriousness, like if this gets better, and they're getting there, man. She almost looked human there.
Yeah.
Like the previous generations of robots, they are like, oh, I am a robot. I know what you're gonna do with it, right? But like it was like, I am pretty. I'm like, not really.
Oh my God.
I don't mean to judge the robots, okay? But they hadn't really quite gotten there, right?
Yeah.
But like she was, you know.
You want a perfect 10 humanoid. I got you.
Yeah, I want like a. But once you've created the humanoids, right? And well, then human interaction does get tougher because then they will have female humanoids that act in a way that is perfectly pleasant to the males, right? Because you're going to increase your profit by doing that. And then they will have male humanoids who will act in whatever way that women want them to act, right? And so then we're going to forget that we're not supposed to be with the humanoids. We're supposed to be with each other, even though we're kind of a pain in the ass. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. For me personally, I don't want somebody that like acts the way I want them to act. And let me just type up your responses in a computer and let me figure that out. And then you come like, no, part of no, let me finish. So the coolest part of human interaction is like figuring out other people and dealing with different emotions and different needs and really working to understand and be attuned to those. If you were actually like just plugging them in, what's the benefit of communication or sex or anything like that? Sex is a two-way thing. If you're just doing it with a robot, it's a one-way thing. We already have. I mean, if that's the case, you have a vibrator, whatever. If you want to upgrade to a robot, that's one thing. But you're not going to replace human sexual interaction with a robot.
Okay, so part of what I'm hearing from you is, who wants the boring thing where you program the male to do whatever you want? You want the challenge of being able to get the guy to do what you want without the program.
That's not what I'm saying. Come on.
No, I'm kidding. But I will tell you, but I will say this, for both men and women, there's a lot of like friction in a relationship, partly because we want the other one to do the thing that we want to do, right? And so, I mean, if we designed them like humans, they would be like, my Lord, you have still not taken out the trash. Okay, the trash remains in the receptacle. It does not belong there. It belongs outside. I am going to try to change you so you are more punctual, right?
Yeah.
So we try to change one another, right? And that's one of the big problems here. They're cutting out the middleman, be like, oh, you want to change her? That's okay, you just rewrite it. Okay, have her call you something else instead, you know. They're getting there, brother. They're getting there. And that's scary because we're not going to make kids anymore.
So if you're looking to purchase this, they're not planning to mass produce it. So yet. So they haven't revealed what are Gia Jia's main purposes.
Oh, right. Of course they haven't. Okay, and when they do, it'll largely be, you know.
Go to it, champ.
That's the purpose. Okay.
I mean, it's very possible, or I mean, you know, maybe for some people who have trouble interacting with real people, maybe it could be like a middle step, halfway house before they go into the real world.
Whatever you
I'm
want
trying
to call
to think
it.
of
Yeah.
some really.
I think it's maybe when they reveal their real purpose, a lot of guys will be saying, yes!